Knowing how to control negative emotions means knowing how to live. In life, some people are overwhelmed by the pressures of living, others by unfulfilling work, still others by troubled relationships. Each person has their own way of resolving negative emotions. Some explode in anger, shouting, or even scolding and hurting others to vent their frustration. Why do people get angry? Maybe it's caused by baseless rumors, being stabbed in the back, misunderstandings, unfair treatment, or not receiving the respect they deserve. Sometimes we can't avoid anger because emotions, joy, anger, love, hate aren't things everyone can fully control throughout their lives. When you're angry, don't speak. We can't anticipate whether the words we utter will hurt the person facing us or not. When you're unbalanced, it's best to stay silent because at that moment, your statements carry the heat of anger and are unlikely to be kind. Venting anger on someone you care about only makes you angrier the more you think about it. Know clearly whom to respect and whom to distance yourself from. If a matter can be resolved through emotional understanding, don't use logic to condemn. Getting mad at those who have nothing to do with your troubles only invites more distress, letting someone else's wrongdoing torment you and hurt you in the end. People's good or bad traits mostly come from their environment. A person who easily gets angry might have grown up being spoiled, thinking only of themselves, never putting themselves in other people's shoes. Essentially, this is selfishness. Typically, we're more prone to anger toward those closest to us than toward strangers. Sometimes we rely on how much someone cares about us and then freely act badly, becoming enraged at every little thing and making demands without thinking about the hurt it might cause our loved ones. Enjoying their affection while continually getting angry. What else could that be, if not selfish? We need to reconsider our attitude and decide if we should continue in that way. In reality, only those who lack self-control are easily angered. We all know that anger solves nothing. We must face our frustrations calmly to examine them and find a resolution. A short temper can make us lose relationships, hurt many people, and affect all sorts of things. Once anger flares up, we can't keep our mind calm for personal interaction or work. Even breathing becomes difficult. There's no benefit in it at all. So don't assume a quick temper is normal. A person who can't even control their own emotions only shows their selfishness and powerlessness. Words are like keys that can open another person's heart, but also like weapons that can injure the quickest. If you haven't witnessed the suffering of someone hurt by your words, you cannot know how deeply your words have cut them. Often, words are like invisible blades, bloodless yet sharp and cruel. One careless word, a cold glance, or a motionless gesture can extinguish all the passion someone has. In the heat of an argument, choosing words without caution or speaking on impulse can become daggers stabbing someone else's heart. The closer the relationship, the deeper the wound. Many times, people speak thoughtlessly while someone else's heart breaks. It could be due to a habit of speaking loudly, a venomous tongue but kind heart. Or it could be because one is in a bad mood, getting angry for no reason. But think, how much does the other person love you that they've silently endured and tolerated you for so long? Over time, a wound may close, but the scar never really disappears. It can throb or itch if touched unexpectedly. Though words may not directly take someone's life, they easily erode affections, push people away, sever gratitude, and chill life's warmth. One kind word can warm a whole winter. One harsh word can bring coldness for a month. In living, you never know how your words, spoken in anger, might hurt someone, often those closest to you. The more mature you become, the more you must learn to be tolerant and to control your emotions. Anger is an instinct. Controlling it is a skill. If you can't control your emotions, you become their slave. Blurting out everything all at once doesn't mean you're straightforward. It just shows you never learned to think carefully before speaking. Our greatest mistake is reserving our worst habits and most negative emotions for the ones we love most. Don't let negative emotions appear on your face, because that's the kind of expression that repels people. If you can't even control your own feelings, no matter how much you have in the world, eventually you'll destroy it all. You may never realize how deeply you hurt others when you can't control your mood. Once you've lost your temper, pause the conversation until you calm down. Practice letting go of resentment, shoulder responsibility, move past mistakes, and erase pain so your work can expand. Life becomes more open and lighter that way. Everything in the world comes in various lengths. Never use your personal standards to measure others, and never use your own understanding to judge anyone. No one is perfect. Before speaking of someone's fault or mocking another's clumsiness, reflect on yourself. Eyes exist to see the beauty around us. Don't let them focus only on gossip. A mouth is for eating and talking, not for attacking one another. Live truthfully and sincerely. Don't overthink or scheme. That only hurts you in the end. Leave room when working on something. Speak with a sense of compassion for the ears hearing you, so you won't drive anyone to a dead end or bring trouble upon yourself. Mind what you say, and even in jest, be mindful. One lifetime slips by like a morning mist. Once it fades, it's gone. Interacting with others, we must be cautious in our words. If misunderstandings arise, stay calm to resolve them. With insincere people, even if you see through them, don't bluntly reveal it. When dealing with those who plot and scheme, even if you know, you needn't broadcast it. Sooner or later, time exposes everything. Whatever karmic seeds are sown will eventually reap fitting consequences. Don't let unworthy people or situations consume your mind, wasting your time and energy. Think positively, and everything will turn out fine. Life will hold less sorrow when you always try to turn every experience into personal joy. Before flaring up in anger, pause and observe your breathing. Watch your own heart silently. Before you pray, silently vow to forgive others, seeking tranquility within. We work our entire life, yet ultimately only wish for peace of mind and to enjoy life. We often seek tranquility outwardly, not realizing that true serenity lies within. If our hearts harbor less greed, anger, and ignorance, less jealousy and resentment, our souls will naturally feel peaceful, and life will become delightfully light. Those who truly know how to live let everything follow its natural course. What is meant to be yours will be yours. What isn't will never belong to you. Thus, if you want to grasp something, especially love, simply let it flow naturally. You can try to pursue what you want, but sometimes you need to let go if it all goes beyond your limits and no longer holds possibilities. Holding on only makes you suffer, and lingering worries become inevitable. If you let life flow as it will, your mind will be at ease. That is how you can more readily accept the way life is. A secret to keeping inner peace. 1. Stay away from negative conversations and negative people. 2. Don't harbor hatred or anger. Learn to forget and to forgive. 3. Don't envy others. 4. Accept what cannot be changed. 5. Learn to be more patient, forgiving, and tolerant of people and situations. 6. Don't view things solely from your own one-sided perspective. 7. Don't dwell in the past so much that you neglect the present and affect your future. 8. Learn how to loosen your mind. Every day, spend at least 10 minutes reviewing the day and relaxing your mind amidst the bustle of life. One of the best ways to unwind is to practice walking meditation every day. When the mind is at peace, the body quickly recovers energy and remains calm and serene. Rain falls over vast lands. The last drop still hanging will vanish. In this fleeting realm, let your cares drift away, heedful of joy and sorrow dancing like grass in the wind. Keep only what matters, accepting both trash and flowers. Like a passing cloud, be still within, even amid life's tempests. In life, would you rather be the clever one or the wise one? A clever person knows how to seize an opportunity and when to strike. A wise person knows when to let go. Hence, picking things up is cleverness, but setting them down is wisdom. A clever person displays their strengths. A wise person lets others shine while they quietly work. For instance, at a gathering, the clever person is busy talking non-stop, like a teapot. The wise person is occupied listening, like a teacup. In the end, all the tea from the pot must be poured into the cup. Clever people often cannot tolerate loss, but wise people can. Clever folks secure their own profit when working with others. For example, in business, the clever always profit. While the wise may not pursue maximum gain, they prioritize the interests of others and sometimes even make up for losses. The wise know that if you never lose, you'll never gain. The clever focus on details, the wise attend to the bigger picture. Clever people often suffer more anxiety and insomnia, dying sooner because they're more sensitive. The wise can leave worries behind and reach a state of no joy in gain, no sorrow in loss. So they eat and sleep well and tend to live long. Clever people yearn to change others to align them with their own ideals. The wise tend to go with the flow. Therefore, clever people's relationships can become tense, while the wise usually maintain more harmonious ones. Cleverness is largely innate or inherited, while wisdom relies heavily on practice and cultivation. Cleverness may grant someone a wealth of knowledge. Wisdom grants them true culture, so the more knowledge one has, the more clever they become. The more genuine culture one has, the more they embody wisdom. Cleverness depends on sharp ears and keen eyes. Wisdom depends on the heart, for wisdom is born of the mind. Cleverness can bring money and power. Wisdom can bring inner joy. Thus, if you seek wealth, cleverness is enough. But if you wish to be free from suffering, you need wisdom. So are you clever or wise? Understanding others is called cleverness. Understanding yourself is called wisdom. When you can overcome yourself, you'll find peace within real blessing. A person of wisdom doesn't live by gossip nor fear people's judgment. They only need to understand their own heart, observe their strengths and weaknesses, and gradually improve. That itself is cultivation. The greatest isolation in life is having no place to rely on or having no spiritual direction. Whether or not you're aware of it or willing to admit it, if your heart is filled only with good things, nothing can make you restless. If your soul is genuinely kind, you won't harbor resentment. If you live truly simply, no matter how chaotic the world becomes, it cannot trouble you. Life comes with complexities. Solve what you can calmly, discard needless entanglements to move forward. Yield to others when it's no great loss to avoid trivial conflicts. Broaden your perspective to see rainbows after the rain. Pack light, and you'll travel far more leisurely. The most beautiful scenery is felt not by the eyes, but by the heart. Deep affection doesn't need words, it manifests in actions. Whenever things displease you, recall the virtues of water, always gentle and quiet, silently embracing and transforming all things without contention. If each person cultivates themselves to that level, there's no reason the world wouldn't be peaceful. Believing in karmic cause and effect keeps us from doing regretful things. Persist happily in your current kindness, and tomorrow will naturally be bright and unburdened. The world's circumstances are unpredictable, so we must remain clear-headed. People's hearts can change, so we must adapt. Learn to cherish, but also to forget when necessary. Facing what's difficult to face can be an act of courage. Accepting what's hard to accept helps us grow. Although the human heart can be weak, try to live as strongly as possible because no one can live your life for you. Love yourself, treat yourself well, and live days you can be proud of. Some things arise and can only be accepted. Some people leave and you can only let them go. There are roads you choose, so you must keep walking. Much that is wonderful comes from patience, not from struggling or competing, so be patient if you don't want to miss the chance for happiness. When you see through someone but remain silent, you learn the meaning of forgiveness. When you dislike someone yet don't turn hostile, you reach the peak of respect. Everyone has joys and sorrows to transform, and happiness and pain to face. Being born is a fact. Living is up to your choice. Once you grasp this, you'll find your own way to adapt. Thus, as a person, you don't need to care too much about how others look at you. Live for the bright tomorrow, without shame today. Life can be simple. Once you choose something, don't regret it. Keep your heart light, stepping gently on the beautiful path, treasuring sincere affections and preserving a positive state of mind. In tense moments, take a deep breath and rein yourself in. If you want to bring change, don't fear difficulty. Stay calm, then change your perspective. Failures can be overcome by trying again, regaining confidence. Learn to face yourself, open up to life, and practice forgiveness for faults, then each day slips by in peace. Approach tasks humbly and treat people with sincerity. Some paths can only be walked alone, with hardships that no one else can share. Cherish those moments, because we only have one life to live. Let go of far-fetched illusions, no need to grieve over what's gone, no need to daydream about what hasn't come. Focus on the present. Right now, you are at peace. Certain burdens once set aside will make you feel more at ease. Some people, remembered too well or too deeply, can become a source of pain. Certain sorrows can be soothed if you gently ease them. Our painful experiences ultimately help us grow. Life's journey is uneven, but each bump forms part of our resilience. Let the rains in life nourish you so you can keep smiling. There is no if only. In life, only results. The past cannot be relived, and if it could, it still wouldn't be perfect. What belongs to others needn't be envied. If you work hard enough, you'll obtain your own. What you possess shouldn't be flaunted. Others can achieve the same if they try. See a little happiness, reduce a bit of sorrow, rich or poor, high or low status, knowledgeable or not. As long as you smile each day and shrug off weariness, you'll be living like a sage, at ease and carefree. Only by weathering life's tempest do we discover the stillness of our own hearts. No matter what, stand up and move forward. Remember, pits and obstacles lie beneath your feet, but an endless sky lies above. The sun and moon still shine, day in and day out. We weren't born into wealth, so everything relies on our own effort. Remind yourself never to give up, because the future ahead is still long. We don't have hearts of steel or diamond. When darkness looms, we can feel fear. When sorrow comes, we may cry. Don't forget to care for yourself, because if you value yourself, others will too. Only by knowing how to love yourself can you truly love others. We may not speak eloquently, so if someone understands us, we needn't explain. If they don't, no explanation will help. Simply be honest, be true to yourself, with no shame before heaven or your own conscience. In time, people's hearts are revealed. Whatever kind of relationship it is, if we're sincere, we'll meet those who appreciate depth. If we give our all, someone will feel it. There are countless unpredictable things in life. Many questions need no extra explanation. Rain or shine, just persist. The road is yours to tread. Suffering before you must be experienced by you alone. Never rely entirely on anyone, nor wait around for them. Depending on others doesn't compare to depending on yourself. No one's excellence can surpass your own self-improvement. So whatever you do, remember to perfect yourself first. A single human lifetime can't fully reflect the length of many rebirths. It might be 1,000,000 journeys in the cycle of existence, or just the blink of an eye in which wisdom flashes forth. Human destinies often form within adversity and suffering. Only by going through bitter trials can we truly comprehend compassion for all beings. Sometimes, with a pure mind that carries love for everyone, just a bit of understanding and kindness can turn mistakes into light. Each life is merely a gentle voyage. Wealth and luxury are like morning dew on the grass. We arrive with nothing, we depart with nothing. Gains and losses don't matter. Letting things follow their course brings peace. In this world, there are two things we can't avoid doing: moving forward and stopping. Are you doing these with a positive mindset? A positive mindset is your best traveling companion, helping you stay happy and healthy. With both close friends and strangers, if fate brings us together, we should be maintaining good relations. Because if you don't light incense regularly, it's useless to cling to the Buddha's feet when you're desperate. So we must know to invest in human goodwill. When difficulties arise, don't be hasty or jump to conclusions. Especially when angry, pause to consider things from multiple perspectives. That way, a big conflict can become small, and a small one can vanish. The more complicated the situation, the more calmly we should handle it, never complicating simple things. We must learn to know enough. Most of our troubles come from pointless comparisons. Indeed, someone may be worse off than you, and certainly someone else may surpass you. If an opponent makes you furious, it means you haven't yet surpassed them. Looking back to see who's cursing you is pointless. Another day of life is a blessing. Cherish it. Our time on earth is only a few decades, so we shouldn't do things that leave deep regrets. The sun rises from the east and sets in the west. Being sad or happy, either way a day passes. Freeing yourself from trivial gossip keeps your spirit light and your mind at ease. They say we only realize what we had once it's gone. In truth, you always knew what you had, you just thought it would never slip away. Enjoy each small detail of life because, in the future, you'll see how important they really were. Certain moments, once they become memories, reveal their true preciousness. Often, when you give your best, nobody seems to notice, but as soon as you stop, people take note. Sometimes heaven withholds what you ask for, not because you're unworthy, but because something even better is reserved for you. Life isn't easy. It's full of flavors, both sweet and bitter, sadness and joy. The ability to transform a painful life into a poetic one and convert the world's coldness into deep attachments is truly a gift. Because nothing in this world is perfect. When the sun is at its highest, it moves westward. The moon, once it's full, begins to wane. So the loveliest moment is often when the flower is not yet in full bloom, when the moon is not yet round. Feeling that something is slightly incomplete can make it last forever. Imperfection is what makes it life. Accepting that fact, nothing is a problem. Bowing your head keeps you from hitting the doorframe. Giving way spares you from needless contention. Striving to learn paves the way for progress, and a contented heart is always fulfilled. On the road of life, you'll find happiness and success, but also suffering and failure. Wherever you fail, stand up from there. Yesterday's defeat becomes tomorrow's foundation of success. Never skip learning. Never refuse to advance. Value what's in front of you. Study diligently, practice sincerely, and move forward. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not yet come, only the present moment is real. If you sow the seeds with care, you'll reap in the days ahead. Because of what we've done in the past and present, our future is bound to improve. There's no need to worry, this is how things naturally develop, just as day and night are inseparable. It doesn't matter whether someone's IQ is high or low, or if their communication skills are strong or weak. Character is crucial. You may not be very clever or socially adept, but you must have resilience. If a small setback can knock you down, or a single harsh word makes you lose sleep, or criticism leaves you dejected, then your character is still too immature. Remember, the more you strive, the luckier you become. Fix your impetuousness. Overcome laziness. Drop petty doubts. Resist life's temptations. Invest effort into what matters. And keep your mind calm. After giving your all, you'll find you're far more capable than you ever thought. No matter how tall a tree grows, it cannot lack roots. No matter how glorious a person becomes, they can't forget their gratitude. Always remember those who lent you money when you were struggling, those who supported you in tough times, those who shared your sorrow, those who cooked or cared for you when you were sick, those who loved you sincerely even when you had nothing, those who patiently guided you when you knew nothing. Remembering your debts of gratitude will win people's hearts. One who wins hearts earns respect, and one who earns respect surely possesses deep character. We live in a world where even if you are wonderful, not everyone will love you. No matter how well you live, some will praise you, some will criticize. No matter how successful you are, some will speak well, others ill. Some might be jealous, some might truly dislike you. That's just how it is. You can't please everyone, so don't lose yourself trying. Every person needs principles and self-esteem. People have similar eyes but see things differently, have similar mouths but speak differently, have similar hearts but think differently, have similar money yet spend it differently. Deciding what's right or wrong, good or bad, depends on one's own viewpoint. Situations differ, so perspectives differ. Even as humans, each person has a unique approach to life. Walk confidently on your own path. An eagle flies without applause, yet it soars majestically. Grass grows without care, yet it survives. Wildflowers bloom in hidden valleys, releasing fragrance though no one notices. Work without needing everyone's praise, just do your best. Live without needing everyone's affection, just be sincere and open-minded. Flowers of countless forms still flourish in their own ways. Living in the world, everyone has their own style. Why not support each other to progress, instead of tearing others down? If it's worth it, cherish it. If it's happiness, keep it. If someone brings you joy, stay close. If you're moved, show love. Being human isn't too difficult, yet influencing countless hearts or governing the mouths of strangers isn't simple either. Being human also isn't too easy. Simply keep a kind heart, and you're already a good person. Keep walking your path. One lifetime isn't really that long since we're already here. Let's live beautifully. Praise and criticism are just part of the human condition. When someone criticizes you, it's okay to feel upset, but don't hurry into anger. Consider their criticism an opportunity to reflect on yourself and adjust if necessary. When someone praises you, be happy for a moment, but don't assume it to be absolute truth. Most compliments are meant to flatter, so don't let sweet words feed your vanity. If life were truly filled with suffering, you wouldn't have time to complain. If you were truly living in hardship, you wouldn't have the energy to blame others. If you were at absolute rock bottom, would you still have the mindset to lament? No matter where or when, remember, you live for yourself. Any decent job is fine, as long as you're true to your conscience and do your best. Destiny is shaped by the heart. When you choose a path, you choose your fate. Don't be hung up on the past. Live fully in the present while looking ahead. In doing so, tomorrow is certain to be more beautiful. Often you can do 1,000 good deeds, yet no one remembers, but make a single mistake, and even your breathing is scrutinized. Thus, don't worry too much about people's opinions. Live for tomorrow's brightness, with no shame in who you are today. Time is a one-way street. Once it's passed, there's no going back. Life can be very simple. Once you choose, do not regret. People are often contradictory. They want understanding but fear being seen through. Some things, if you think too much, your head hurts. If you see them clearly, your heart hurts. Maturity is a word containing countless aches, not just gains. It means losing many things in the process. Some paths can only be walked alone through hardships you can't share with anyone else. Treasure such times, because we only live once. Let go of far-off illusions. Don't worry about what's gone, or daydream about what hasn't arrived. Keep your mind on the present. In this very moment lies your peace.